Hey, what's going on guys? It's Bertrude, welcome back, hope you're all doing well. I've just got back from a lovely few days away I've had with the wife in London, but now I'm back. I've just got around to finishing off my latest invasion video. This character's called the Ant-Man. So the Ant-Man is definitely one of my more character-driven creations. He's a bit of a weirdo, he thinks he's an ant. What else can I say? The boy's not right. Anyway, he carries this big ant's head shield and the whole theme is basically based around that. It's a really fun one, and like I say, it's a character build, so it all works. We don't actually have enough strength off the bat to use the shield outright, so in our flask we use the strength knot to give us 10 extra strength and meet the requirements to use that shield in the invasions. Besides the shield, our weapons include the Serpent Bone Blade, which has got that honest River's Ash of War. I just think this is a really cool katana. And we've also got a poison infused Shamshir, and the Ash of War in this is a poison mist. Actually really good at inflicting poison on our enemies, this one. Then we've also got the torch pole for no other reason than the fact that I think it looks really cool on the build, and it's a weapon I could actually imagine the Ant-Man using. Then finally we've got the venomous fangs equipped with Endure. Just an awesome choice when we want to get up close and personal and swing some punches. You can see from our stats we're a pretty simple level 30 build, nothing too crazy going on, but there never usually is at low level. Then also looking at our talismans, you can see we're using the Kindred of Rot, which is pretty standard on all poison builds really, and then we're also using the Erdtree Favour +2, just for a bit of extra health, and that shield is damn heavy so we need the extra carry load. Anyway guys, that's it, it's nearly time for the invasions. You lot get your feet up, relax, this is a really fun one, so enjoy the video. So we're starting things off in Liurnia of the Lakes, and on this first invasion I noticed straight away that the summon was carrying a double Vikes War Spear setup. So in my head I'm thinking this invasion is going to be an absolute nightmare. God knows what level this guy is, so let's just take things cautiously. I do a bit of dancing around, get in there, do a bit of poking. I just want to test the waters and see how this guy reacts to a bit of pressure. As you can see, he's actually not reacting too well. By this point we've done quite a lot of damage, the poison's inflicted, we just need to stay on him, keep that pressure up, and pretty soon we managed to take him out with relative ease. With the summon down, the horse didn't prove to be too much of a challenge at all, and what I thought was going to be an absolute nightmarish invasion turned out to be quite a fun one, and quite a simple, straightforward one to deal with. And what do you know guys, so soon into the video we've come across two El Clasicos. Two spammy McSpamsons from Spamsonville, Tennessee. Two classic wizards. You know what to do guys, no vigour, no balls. Keep that pressure on them and they're sure to crumble. Yes, wizard. You spam me with your spells and I shall wiggle my claw at you. Yes. I had the standard spawning to carry a mana on this invasion. It spawned me a million miles away from the horse, but after a couple of repositions with the bloody finger, it actually put me in quite a favourable position where I was able to hide and get this jump attack on the horse in this summon. This is a nice little spell in the invasion that shows off why I like the Ant's Head Shield so much. It does good damage and of course it applies that poison, which is always deadly, especially at low level. The torch pole doing some good work for me on this host. You can see here why patch 1.10 was so good for the game. It took weapons like the torch pole, which maybe weren't that desirable, and Ashes of War like Charge Forth, and it's made them viable. Bit of a strange start to this invasion. I spawn in and the host wasn't anywhere to be seen, but what I was met with were these two summons who both looked awfully kitted out for level 30. But to be honest, at this point it's not anything we're not used to seeing, so I know how I have to approach this invasion. I've got to give them a bit of space and start investigating. Let's start having a little poke and see what they're both made of. After a bit of dancing with these two, I soon realised that I don't want anything to do with that bull goats monster straight away. I know that this guy's taking a lot more damage off my attacks, so he's got to be my main focus of this invasion. Get him out of the way and then we'll worry about the monster afterwards. I'm trying to stay on this guy, keep the pressure on him, keep that poison inflicted, keep that health ticking down. I'm doing my best to avoid the bull goat's monstrosity. I am taking the occasional hit, but it's not too bad. As you can see there, it does decent damage, but I can afford to take 1 or 2 hits as long as I don't let him have too many free swings on me. It's all about staying on his girlfriend, keeping the pressure up, keeping that poison inflicted, and eventually I know that I can kill this guy. I get a couple of nice dodges in from the fat boy swings. I need to stay on his mate and I get a good attack in there. I see that his health's dwindling. This is my chance, but the poison's done its job for me. Finished him off. Now it's down to a one-on-one with Fat Boy. Bring it on. On his own, this guy was just too fat and too slow. You need to stay off those cheeseburgers, son. Get on that treadmill and you might be able to keep pace with the Ant-Man. I go looking for his host and I notice that he's way off in the distance on his own. I try and get to him, but the time I get up there he was already dead, and that was this invasion done. This summon was really eager to come and meet me and force the issue with this fight. He definitely wanted to take me on, to try and take me out and protect his host. Fair play really, that's what a summon should be doing in this situation. But we get into combat and I noticed quite early on that it's quite easy to guard break, so it becomes my number one priority and I'm looking for that riposte from the start. I managed to break his guard a couple of times during this fight, but unfortunately I just didn't have the space or the time to get in there and get the critical attack to try and finish him off or get him down to low health. For some reason at this point the host got really aggressive on me. He broke away from the summon and he kind of forced my hand for this invasion to end sooner than I wanted it to. But it was still a good fight. Hats off to that summon, it was a fun one. This particular invasion was super satisfying and quite stylish, if I don't say so myself. But what it does highlight, and it's been a bit of a reoccurring theme during this video, is that at low level, it's damn hard to use a shield convincingly without getting guard broken. I recently made a sword and board build at level 60, and even then I was using shield grease and I still had to be super careful and watch my stamina, to make sure that I weren't guard broken. So you get a lot of people at level 30 trying to block, and that's fair enough. If you want to do that, go ahead, but you've really got to watch that endurance because it's quite easy to get guard broken at this level. And we're here in Caelid and we've run into another resident of Spamsville, Tennessee. You know what to do, boys. No vigour, no balls, keep the pressure on, and he's gonna fall. And this is it, 3 swings with a shamshear, and we've got him running like a scalded dog. Let's chase him down and send him for an early shower. For some reason, this absolute maniac of a horse decided to run away from the blue that had spawned in and run straight into my 2 good friends, Killer Bird and Psycho Dog. Not 2 geezers you want to run into on a dark night, or especially in a place like Caelid, and that was that. I come across this summon with the best name that I've ever seen in this game, CMI Sausage, and he's rocking the sword on board setup. You've got to respect it, but no matter how much I do respect it, I've got to say your sausage is going to be well and truly seared by the end of this invasion. The host has managed to catch up to the action, and he's got the second best name I've ever seen in this game, Whisk My Eggs. So we're now in an epic fight against CMI Sausage and Whisk My Eggs. But CMI Sausage, you better pay attention because he's about to take some big damage from that blue orb, and it's now a one-on-one between me and Whisk My Eggs. The horse just took off running, and to be honest I know exactly where he's going. The Grace isn't too far away, he's trying to get his mate back in and turn it back into a 2-on-1. All I can do is stare on his tail, give him a bit of hassle when we get up there and hopefully kill him before his friend gets back into the fight. I have to say that Whisk My Eggs has played this invasion perfectly so far. He's got back up to the Grace and he's done a great job at keeping his distance as well as doing some good turn on burns to get some damage in on me. He's also levelled his vigour. I have been throwing a lot at him but I've not managed to do too much damage to him, and as you can see he's managed to summon his friend, so it's soon going to be a 2-on-1 once again. Up until this point, they've both done a great job keeping that aggression up. They managed to get a big blood loss block on me earlier, and I was really on the ropes. I thought that might have been it. I thought they might have managed to kill me, but I managed to get a heal off, and I'm still in the fight. Luckily here, I managed to get a decent guard break on CMI Sausage, and that's him out of the fight once again. The host manages to give me the slip and he gets straight back up to the Grace and wastes no time getting his friend back into the fight. But this time, I'm not going to dance around with him. I'm going to get straight on him once he spawns in and try and get him out of that fight early to finish this thing off. However, in the heat of the moment, I commit the cardinal sin. As soon as he spawns in, I run over and I forget all about those invulnerability frames, and I take a bit of damage for it in the meantime. And that was after me ridiculing a horse in this summon in the last video for doing the exact same thing. So, hold my hands up, someone give me a slap on the wrists. The aggression on this last big push really paid off. and I managed to see them both off and finally end this invasion. What an epic fight with these two this truly was. I really enjoyed it, and afterwards I had a bit of a message back and forth with the horse Whisk My Eggs, just saying how much I appreciated that fight. It was a really fun one, guys. GG's. If there's one thing I despise more than spammy McSpamson wizards, it's light rollers. Look at the absolute state of this guy. What a joke. I take some big hits on this last trade, I take a bit of damage, but I know it's going to be worth it because that poison is procced and his health's ticking down low. We managed to take him out and give him a bit of a sword wiggle in the meantime for the light rolling. And this is the last invasion of the video, guys. I hope you've had a good time watching. I've had an absolute blast putting this one together. I absolutely adore this build. As I said, the Ant-Man is a bit more of a character driven creation, is a bit quirky, is a bit different, but the playstyle is top notch. If you've not tried that Great Shield playstyle, I highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun. Can I ask, guys, if you've not subscribed and you like the content, you like the videos, maybe consider subscribing. We've just surpassed 700 subs, which is absolutely amazing. Thank you all so much. All the new people who have subscribed, I really appreciate you. But even if you're not subscribed and you're here watching the videos, that's what it's all about. It's all about just having a good time. We all love this game, we all love to invade, and it's all about just sharing that content. Anyway, guys, you lot, take it easy. Look after yourselves, look after each other, enjoy the rest of the week whatever you're doing, and I'll see you next time.